Hello, generic internet viewer. Allow me to take a moment of your time and engage your eyes and ears with a precise rendition of the debate over Anonymous. If you have spent any time on the internet researching something other than porn, you are no doubt aware of the activist collective commonly known as Anonymous. Anonymous can be most easily defined as a free-form activist group dealing mostly, although not entirely, with online issues. They have been notably involved in many events of internet activism, sometimes called hacktivism, including such notable cases as the attack on Sony, protesting Scientology, protesting SOPA, and supporting net neutrality. Assuming this summary is not enough to satisfy your curiosity, enclosed is a link to further content that illuminates the subject to a greater degree. Failing that, you could always just Google it. It's right there. Just click on it. Come on. It's only going to take a few minutes. Come on, just a little click. Come on. No? You're not going to click it? Fine then. On with the debate!
Anonymous is the voice of a generation. It has helped with revolutions and to protect the internet from people who would want to censor it for their own gain. It is likely one of the most powerful forces for good, and the internet age made it possible.
How many awful people or groups claim to be fighting for the people and use inexcusable tactics to achieve their goal? What grants them the right to take issues into their own hands and use whatever resources at their fingertips to achieve it? For now, it's easily justified stuff like this company is abusing its users, that politician is overstepping his bounds, or God forbid the internet is under attack. What happens when it's things that aren't so clear-cut, like the Sony debacle?
When large corporations and governments are teaming up to censor and control the internet, and by extension everyone that uses it, Anonymous is necessary to give a voice to the population in a system that does not cater to their best interests. With bills like SOPA, PIPA, ACTA and CISPA, it's clear that if left unprotected, everything positive about the internet would have been crushed by people in single-minded pursuit of profits. For instance, in the absence of Anonymous, the fight against SOPA and PIPA would have been dramatically harder, if not impossible.
But is encouraging this kind of activism really wise? Things like cultivation theory theorize that when people are exposed to something over and over again in the media, they start to take it as the norm and themselves as an exception. The normal example of this is airbrushed models, but what if this is true for Anonymous? If people are seeing Anonymous taking down websites and breaking into secure networks instead of airing their grievances in a debate, they may think it's the appropriate way to behave.
Cultivating a citizenry that's willing to stand up and be counted is one of the key tenets of democracy, and using Anonymous as a way to do so without fear of persecution is exactly why they exist.
But what about the attacks on Sony? Anonymous clearly showed their true criminal colours. Not only did the attack take down Sony's online gaming network, Anonymous also made off with usernames and passwords for thousands of users, which they then published on the internet for everyone to see. If this isn't an example of how dangerously out of control Anonymous is, I don't know what is.